What's poppin'? It's your girl C the Babe, and I am here today to tell y'all a story. Don't ask me why I'm doing all of this with my hand. Okay, so today's story is going to be about oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't look at my finger. Today's story is going to be about the time my best friend dated my crush. I'm so like a freeze. So I have to take you guys back to when I was in the 5th grade. So my crush, I had been liking him since maybe like the end of maybe 4th grade. Yeah. So that was obviously a crush that I carried on into the summer, and I brought it into, you know what I'm saying, the beginning of 5th grade or whatever. And me and my best friend at the time, we didn't become cool. We didn't start hanging out until 4th grade as well, because we were in the same class together. So mind you, we know all of this is happening and we're like 8, 9, 10 and 11 maybe, because 5th grade is like 10 and 11, I believe. Okay, so 5th grade came and we were in a class with me, my best friend, and my crush, and like everybody else. I swear to God, our class was so lit because everybody was in there. So I can't even say exactly how it came about, and I want to say that it was known, like everybody knew, like it was kind of like a silent thing, like everybody knew that I had a crush on this boy, but I ain't never like pressed the issue or nothing like that, you know, like I just used to do like my little daydreaming and like whatnot, but like I never pressed the issue or nothing like that. And so when I got into 5th grade, it was different because we were actually in the class together. So it's like I get to gaze upon you like during class. Like now I don't just get to like daydream, like I can actually look at you. I get to actually look at you and like see like what you're doing and stuff like that. So my friend at the time, my best friend, she was a dater. So she was already like dating boys and stuff like that. I wasn't dating boys yet. Like it was like boys who liked me and stuff like that, but I didn't really like them back. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so, and also I was just like a little bit like awkward and self-conscious. I had really bad anxiety, overthought everything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was not talking to no boys. Like I was just like, no, like, but we could kick it, like we could be cool, all the stuff, like, but I'm not talking to nobody. I was just really like self-conscious, you know what I'm saying? Like my self-esteem was like really, really low, and I just did not think that somebody as attractive as my crush would want to talk to me, you know what I'm saying? So looking back now, like, bitch, like, please. Like, bitch, please. But you know, that's just how I felt at the time. Okay, so what, I'm literally going off on tangents. Oh my god. Okay, so we're all in the 5th grade class together, and like I said, it's me, my crush, and my best friend. I'm not giving nobody no names because I'm just gonna refer to them as crush and best friend. And so my best friend, she dated like maybe like 1 or 2 dudes, but it was known, especially within our friend group, like everybody knew that I liked this boy. Like we didn't talk about it all the time, but they knew. So so I guess as the year continues, like everything's going fine or whatever, my friend is dating this one boy, she stops dating him, and then she dates another boy, stops dating him. Somewhere maybe like I want to say like the middle of the school year, probably like around like springtime, I want to say, you know, is when they started getting kind of curious, I guess, about each other. And so I can't say whether or not like he knew that I liked him. That nigga was an Aquarius, so he honestly probably didn't even care. They like each other. And but my best friend, she knows that I have a crush on this boy. And she pulled me aside one day and she was like, hey, like, me and old boy been kind of, you know, talking to each other here and there. I'm trying to see how you feel about me dating him. And I'm like, bitch, you, like, that's my man. Like, bitch, you know that's my man. Like, maybe not in real life, but in my head, like, we together. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So she's like, yeah, I'm trying to see, like, how you feel about us, you know, like, dating. And I'm just like, well, that's my crush. And I was kind of hesitant to give her an answer because I'm just like, why are you even asking me this? Like, I just felt like that's something that she should have already known. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's something, you feel me? Like, I don't feel like that's something you should come and ask me. Like, out of all the boys that you could date and that like you want to talk to my man. You want to talk to my man. So, mind you, you guys keep in mind, like I said, I'm very self-conscious. I'm very, you know, nervous and jittery. I'm overthinking everything. So even before she say it, I'm thinking to myself, like, if I tell this bitch no, she gonna go and tell him that I said no, and he gonna end up being mad at me for it. So I was just like, I can't have that. So I asked her, I said, you know, are you going to tell him if I say no? If I say no and I'm not okay with this, are you going to tell him? And she's like, well, I don't want to lie. Bitch, whose friend are you? Like, you're supposed to be my friend. How the fuck you going to sit up here and say, oh, well, I don't want to lie? Like, girl, out of all the times that you was lying, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or leaving stuff out, you know what I'm saying, omitting details to certain shit, like, you consider that not lying? Like, you was lying, little mama. You was lying because you was leaving certain details out on purpose because you knew you was gonna get caught up if you included them. So to me, that's lying. And so I'm like, bitch, why are you trying to make it seem like you ain't no liar? Like, bitch, you are a liar. And you kind of bend and stretch and twist the truth so that you don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So you already a lie. So why the fuck, like, what is the big deal about you lying for me? Like, or not necessarily lying, but just tell him no. Like, why you just can't tell him no? So she was like, yeah, like, I don't want to lie. Like, I'm going to tell him that you said no. And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh, okay, bitch. Okay, bitch. So I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, like, bitch, you not finna throw dirt on my name to my man. This is really my thought process. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. Like, you're not about to throw dirt on my name to my man. Like, I didn't, even back then, I don't want nobody thinking I was pressed. I didn't want nobody thinking I was bothered. I didn't want nobody thinking I was cock blocked or none of that. So I was just like, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. Like, go ahead. Like, do whatever you gonna do. Like, do your big one. Like, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. So in my mind, I'm thinking, like, they ain't finna last long. Thinking to myself, like, this shit ain't finna, this ain't even finna last long because I know my friend, or I'm thinking I know my friend. Like, this shit ain't finna last long. Psych. Like, bitch, big mistake. So they start dating, and like, they keep it pretty much neutral for the most part. Like, they never did anything like hella extra, like, around me. They never really tried to make me feel like uncomfortable or anything like that. So I guess in a way there was a little bit, like, a small speck, like this much, of a respect for me. But maybe like towards the end of the school year, you know, they did get more touchy-feely, kissing on each other, blah blah blah. Like, when they would do that shit, I would just turn around like, bitch, bye. Like, I don't want to see that shit. I used to just turn around and go the other way, like, go with my other friends, like, bitch, I don't want to see this. So you know, but they never made me feel awkward about it. And it was kind of weird because it's like, am I becoming a third wheel to my own friendship? Am I becoming a third wheel to my own crush? Like, and it's fucked up because we had other friends in our friend group, and like I had a friend who I call all the time. Me and him would talk all the time, like on the phone, and he knew like I was just like completely distraught about it. And this is not something that I felt safe enough to share with my best friend anymore, because it was just like, you're dating my crush, and that is literally like something very close to me, very close to my heart. So I don't trust you like with any other feelings that I have. So I would just go elsewhere to share them. And my friend, he would just, you know, try to encourage me. You know, I know he's young, so there was like not a lot I feel like he could do for my emotions, because my emotions were literally, my moods were, oh my God, what's going on with my eye? My moods were just way too intense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came home and cried every day. Every day. Like, not a joke. I came home and cried every day. And it's not even just the whole like her dating my crush that hurt me, but it was also like I already have low self-esteem. I already feel hella shitty about myself. I already think I'm not pretty, you know what I'm saying? I already try to take up the least amount of space possible. And so for this to be happening is like, it really feels like it really feels like I'm invisible. You know what I'm saying? And although I'm trying to hide myself, like I'm waiting for somebody to say, you know, like, I see you, you know, I see you, I feel you, like you have no reason to hide. But that was a lot to deal with, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, and managing my emotions. So like I said, I would vent to my friend and he would just try to, you know, keep my spirits up. He's like, it's okay, like you're fine, like, you know what I'm saying, don't worry about them, blah 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 blah. Like he would be like, you know what, no, you're not ugly, like, because I really started thinking like it was something wrong with me. I already kind of felt some type of way, because it's like, my best friend is pretty with long hair and she's athletic and she's smart, like the bitch is perfect, like the bitch is perfect. And so for her to like date my crush, it was like in my head that kind of solidified that in a way like I wasn't good enough. And so that is really why I used to cry like every day. And it slowed down. It slowed down eventually, but yeah, I used to cry a lot. I cried a lot. I don't think I cried a lot at school, but, and maybe y'all don't even know that. I don't even know. I know some of y'all who used to go to school with me, like y'all probably watching this, but I used to go home and I used to cry a lot. Never cried at school though, because I'm a G, like, yeah. So the rest of the year goes on. Eventually I get used to it. And I think I even dated somebody for a day. We literally dated for a day, like literally from like 8 a.m. to 3. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I wasn't feeling it. Towards the end of the school year, it's finna be summer or whatever. I can't wait for summer. 5th grade was a really hard year for me. I was excited for the summertime. So I was in the house for the majority of the summer. Oh my God. Okay. No. Okay, so I have to tell y'all what happened. So we planned a end of the summer like activity for our class to do, our 5th grade class to do. So our teacher let us plan it like during class time. We put it up on the board, like we said what we're gonna do. Like I think we went to the movies, and I think that's when Karate Kid came out. That's the Karate Kid that has Jaden Smith in it was coming out. And we said we were all gonna go to the movies. So we planned this trip to the movies. We all carpool with our other friend Tina. Hi Tina. I don't know if Tina's watching this. That's her real name, by the way. That's Tina's real name. So Tina's parents drop us off at the movie theater, And we go to watch Karate Kid, and it's hell of us, by the way, but I'm not booed up. These two clowns is over there hugged up, holding each other, kissing on each other and stuff like that, thinking I don't see that shit. Like, you think I don't see that shit? You think I can't see that? Like, I'm trying to watch like Jackie Chan and shit, and y'all is over there like doing the most. My God, that shit had me, I was just pissed. I was fucking pissed. I was not having a good time. I didn't give a fuck about that movie, and I didn't give a fuck if they thought that I had a bad attitude. So what I did was I got my ass up and I marched to the end, to the very end of the movie theater. So the seats that are like right in front of the screen, that's where I went, because they was all up there. I don't want to see that shit. I want to watch. So I was just trying to get my mind off of that, because I really was like tearing up. I really was sad. Like, I couldn't believe that they was doing all that in front of me. Like, y'all have kept it together this whole time. Why you want to, you know, like, why you want to get here and act a fool? So I was just over it. I was just over it. And so for the rest of the movie, I sat at the lowest level, and I kind of laid down too. Like, I didn't even like really care, but I ended up like finishing the movie. The movie was good, had a good time. I want to say I rode home with Tina as well, and I think I might have talked to Tina about it or whatever, but I was just glad just to get out of that movie theater, because I would have known they would have been doing all that. I would have stayed my ass at home. Like, that shit was not, it was not fun. It was not fun. It was not cool. And yeah, like, fuck y'all. So anyways, the summer continues. I'm in the house the whole summer. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually okay with that. Like, I'm okay that I'm in the house. I'm okay that, you know, like, I'm not really kicking it like with my friends or nothing like that. And a couple weeks into the summer, my best friend texted me, and she said that her and my crush had broke up. Okay. I don't really know if I cared, like, at that point. Like, I don't know if I cared that much, but I just wasn't holding my breath that they was gonna break up no more. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, whatever. She told me they broke up. She said that he had kissed somebody else, I guess at the mall or whatever, and yeah, that's what made them break up. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, girl. So that was basically it until the 6th grade. Okay. So there will be a part 2 to this video, because the saga continues. The saga continues. And y'all can probably guess what happened in 6th grade, but I'm gonna leave that up to y'all to figure out. What do I think about this story? It's silly. It's a silly little story, but it also kind of showed me like I don't feel like I had the best choice of friends at that time. And like I said, it had a lot to do with how I felt in the inside of me, like searching for like validation, like wanting validation from like certain people, you know what I'm saying, and me putting that validation over like my own feelings and my own like self-worth and things like that. And so I think that's why like I chose her to be my friend. And not to say that she didn't have any good qualities, because she did, but that right there should have been a red flag. Like, that right there should have been like, bitch should have been cut off. Like, all right, like, I'm cool on you. Like, I'm not fucking with you no more. Like, we not finna keep doing this. We not finna keep doing this. But I was young, and, you know, but shit is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Please stay tuned for part 2 of this story, because it continues. It gets juicy. You know what I'm saying? This is my first story time, so I really hope that this is good enough for y'all. I hope I didn't cuss too much. I hope I wasn't stumbling over my words too much. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely love you guys. Love you guys. Please don't pay attention to my ugly nail. So definitely remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.